I'll just introduce myself. My name's Sheridan Shacklethwaite. I'm a septuagenarian from Sheffield. Has anybody heard of Sheffield? Yeah. I'm an active tea speaker. In fact, I raconteur, a broadcaster, and they've asked me to do a tour of Paul's Cavern. When my agent first told me, I thought they said, Sheridan, do you want to play pool in a tavern? Turned out to be Paul's Cavern. We count everybody in and we count everybody out. We've never lost anybody, but we've ended up with 2 extra before. So if you do get lost, stand perfectly still and we'll find you. Whatever you do not call out, for this attracts the attention of those we do not speak of. The staff in the cafe go away up there. So, Paul's Cavern. Now it's named Paul's Cavern after a highwayman, ne'er-do-well, footpad, cattle rustler and thief called John Poole, who terrorised Buxton many, many years ago. When the authorities got him, they didn't execute him like Dick Turpin at the Tyburn Gallows in York. No, they took him down there and they bricked him up, and he's still down there till this day. And people will tell you in hushed tones at midnight after last orders in the pubs in Buxton, sometimes you can hear Paul's ghost down there. Just to be on the safe side, I'm taking in with us some 9-ounce Arctic blasting gelignite.
Jolly good.
So that was the original entrance there, but they extended it because in those days you'd have to be a limbo dancer or you'd have to go in on all fours. And Victorian ladies with their long taffeta skirts on and Edwardian gentlemen with a bowler hats on wouldn't be able to crawl under there. So with the use of gelignite, they blew the entrance open. That's where they knocked a hole in, then put a stick of gelignite in it, then lit the blasting cap and ran like the clappers. The further they got in, the further they'd have to run out. So, without further ado, prepare to enter Paul's Cavern. Now we're going to go 1,000 metres underneath Grinlow Hill. It's a bit narrow when we first come in, so do mind your heads. You can feel a coldness as you come down. The air temperature down here is a constant 44 Fahrenheit, so sometimes in winter down here it's warmer than being outside, especially when it snowed. It'll open out in a little bit, but just mind your heads on this bit because it is a little bit narrow. Here we are. You are now in Paul's Cavern. Now this is a naturally formed cavern. It's not man-made, only the entrance was blasted through. If you'd like to take a photograph, you may take a photograph. We don't allow video photography, Super 8, Standard 8, 60mm, 35mm, Betamax or VHS, but you can take photographs. Now what do we have here? We have some sort of mannequin. Good evening. Are you a living troglodyte? You are. Are you Neolithic? Are you a cave dweller? Or are you an underpaid equity-registered actress? 3 years at RADA and it's come to this. Can I introduce to Pebbles? Pebbles, are you going to join us now? Sure. Come on then. I think I've brought everything. I brought some gelignite, but I don't want you touching that, you understand? So, the cavern is getting more expansive now. Now here we have the first of our stalagmites. Does anybody know the difference between a stalactite and a stalagmite?
One goes up, one goes down.
Which one comes down and which one grows up? Mites go up.
Tides come down.
Thank you for that very bold, smutty reference. We had a very scientific one last night, didn't we, Pebbles? It was very, very eyebrow. I couldn't understand what she meant by it. So I thought I'd contribute to it with my knowledge and being erudite, as I am. Stalactites are spelt with a C and stalagmites are spelt with a G, because my favourite film is Escape from Stalagmite 13. Now, look at this. For an incredible vista of Paul's Cavern. Behold that fine stalactite you see there. It is known as the flitch of bacon. Does anybody know what a flitch of bacon is?
Side of bacon.
A side of a pig. To me, it looks more like a doner kebab or a shower curtain. The flitch of bacon is certainly one of the wonders of the peak. This looks like a doner kebab to me. Over here we have a river. And when subterranean rivers ran through here, they would pick up lots of boulders. They would hit the roof over and over again, and it would gradually carve out a cavern. Now this is the River Wye that rises on Grinlow and it goes into Buxton and widens out. The word Wye is an old Anglo-Saxon and Danish word which means river. So it's the river. So this little bridge here, I like to call it the bridge over the River Wye. Now, over to your right, you will see stacks and stacks of stalagmites. Not to mention the stalactites hanging down from the ceiling. Now, they call them poached egg stalagmites because it looks supposed to look like poached eggs on top, but just use your imaginations. Look at that. Sunny side up. Now this is known as a site of a SSSI. What is it, Pebbles?
Triple SI.
Triple SSI. It sounds like my insurance company. Triple what?
SSSI.
And what does that mean?
A site of special scientific interest.
SSSI. Never buy teeth from a catalogue. Site of specific scientific interest. Sounds a bit like my fridge, that. We're all together. We've not lost anybody yet. Good. Good, that's good. Now we are descending now into the deepest dark recesses of Poole's Cavern. Now this fine thing here, can you see it dripping? The water you see dripping down there is coming from the staff toilets on the surface. No, actually this is known as Mary Queen of Scots pillar. Why she needed a pillar, I don't know, because she didn't have a head. But apparently she was a visitor here, and when she saw this, she was so overwhelmed with it, she hugged it. So legend has it. So it's been given the name Mary Queen of Scots pillar. So effectively it is a stalactite of sorts, and underneath it is a stalagmite. That constant drip will form a stalagmite, and eventually it will rise, this will descend, and it will form a pillar. So if we wait here long enough, like the next 4 million years, we might see it, but I think we better get on. Pebbles, you met Mary Queen of Scots, didn't you, love? What did she say to you?
She said, Buxton, whose warm waters have made famous your name, perchance I shall visit thee no more. Farewell.
Anyway, she never came back again because her cousin Elizabeth chopped her head off. Here we are, down in the very centre, the very bowels of Poole's Cavern. Now the boulder fall up there, you see. Underneath there is another cavern as big as this one. A cathedral-like cave, replete with stalactites, and not forgetting the stalagmites. So one day they may be able to enlarge the entrance and actually get in there and see what's down there. This cavern is called Seventh Heaven. The photos of what they've seen already on the Poole's Cavern website. Now this fine thing here, I like to call it the brain. The brain of Poole's Cavern. I like to think this is the nerve centre where all the thinking goes on. Now it looks to me like a big calcite cauliflower. Now the water down here has got a lot of calcite in it and other minerals. In fact, they say it's wishing water, because if you drink it, you wish you hadn't. Are you going to cast the bones, Pebbles? Cast the bones then.
Ooh.
What do you see?
Oh, I see a town in Derbyshire.
A town in Derbyshire?
With a little red bus.
A little red bus? Does that mean anything to anybody?
Oh, and there's a palace on the hill with many rooms but no queen in it.
A palace on a hill with many rooms and no queen in it. What could that be? Does that mean anything?
It does, yeah.
What does it mean? The Palace Hotel, Buxton. But it's Buxton. Well done, Pebbles. Well done. What else do you see?
Oh, I see a flying insect.
A flying insect.
It's a bee.
It's a bee?
No, 2 bees.
2 bees?
2 bees or not 2 bees.
2 bees or not 2 bees? Does that mean anything to anybody?
Oh, I see a swan
A swan?
on a river.
Does that mean anything to anybody?
Oh, and I see a makeup catalogue.
Do you?
Avon.
Does Avon mean anything to anybody here? What else do you see?
Oh, I see pottery.
Pottery.
Lots of pottery. Potteries.
Does potteries mean anything to anybody?
Oh, and 5 times.
Potteries in 5 towns mean anything to anybody?
Oh, and I see an arts festival with lots of drama and art and music.
It's the Books and Fringe Festival.
No, it's Edinburgh.
Oh, right. Thank you, Pebbles. It's a very dark place down here. It's a very strange place. It's a place replete with shadows. Now, there are ghost stories down here, but I've never seen a ghost, and I've been down here 400 years. Right, moving on a little bit further. Now, about this time on the tour, I'd like to mention what old unscrupulous guides used to do. What they used to do is they used to turn the tallow candles out and extort a large tip from their punters. No, I'm not going to do that, of course. But I thought, well, what we'll do is we'll see what it's like when it was dark. So we're going to turn our lamps out. After 3. 3, 2, 1. Now, that's perpetual darkness. They say that if you listen, you may be able to hear the sound of the beast of Grinlow Hill, full of others in the darkness. That's enough of that. Put your hands up, everybody. Hands up, because many hands make the light work. We've got some light. We've had lots of famous people down here in the past. We've had Jane Austen, inventor of the car. Bronte sisters, legend has it. Mary Queen of Scots visited here. We've also had Daniel Defoe. He did write a book, Wonders of the Peak. Does anybody know what Daniel Defoe wrote? His most famous book?
Robinson Crusoe.
He did, indeed. He wrote Robinson Crusoe. But what I want to know is, where did Robinson Crusoe go with Friday on a Saturday night? Are you all right there, Pebbles? Ah, good. Now there we have a marvellous stalagmite, which people say looks like a cat. We call it Poole's cat. Jonesy. Jonesy. What film's that from?
Dad's Army.
No, Alien. Oh, well done, sir, you got it. Alien. Now, you see, I identify with that alien creature because, like me, he's got 2 sets of teeth. Except I keep one of mine in a glass next to my bed. Pebbles, you look a thing of beauty there. Eat your heart out, Mel Gibson in Braveheart. She has her hair done by Vidal Baboon. About this time on the tour, we like to say goodbye to Pebbles. Thank you very much, Pebbles. You'll be leading tours soon, you know. Now you've got the capacity for language. What are you going to have for your tea?
Stone-baked pizza.
Stone-baked pizza. Dear, do not touch anything down here now, will you? All right. Bye-bye, Pebbles. Thank you very much, love. I'll just pause here a while. I just like to show you this old gelignite that they used to use. So that's an old stick of blasting gelignite. They make a hole in the ceiling, stick the gelignite on, and then light it and run. Now the blasting cap on this still works, but it's not likely to blow. I'll just leave the gelignite there. Please mind your heads on this narrow bit here. Now it's going to get appreciably warmer now as we come out. We are coming to the surface. Pebbles, don't go touch anything and don't touch that gelignite, love, will you? What did I say? Are you alright, love? You're okay? Right. Don't touch anything else, just leave it alone, Flower. So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's alternative daft tour of Poole's Cavern. I hope you've enjoyed it with me, Sheridan Shackleflakes. You can follow me on Facebook. We don't do Facebook in Yorkshire. We don't do YouTube. We do the Tube. We don't have DIY shops. We have DIT shops, do it this end shops. Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Safe journey back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Lovely.
Thank you very much. Thank you.